And I know you want to transition over to Nick Smith Jr. over in the SEC.
Go ahead, take it away, man. You're the host now.
Yeah. I mean, for me, obviously, it's everyone's first chance getting to see Nick Smith Jr. And what I loved about him coming into the season, you're thinking who's going to fill in that spot for this offense after losing someone like JD Notae, and Nick Smith can do it. JD Notae was so ball heavy, dominant, needed to have the ball in his hand, not doing a lot of things off the dribble. Nick Smith Jr., he can stay in the corner, stay off the ball, because you got Anthony Black, who has been sensational this year. I wasn't so high on Anthony Black. I didn't think he was going to be as good of a playmaker. He shut me down ASAP. I'm a huge fan of him. I was wondering, how is Nick Smith Jr. going to fit into this lineup by playing off the ball as he has been doing? He's smooth. He takes great shots, good looks. Obviously, in this first game, he had a lot of nerves, wanting to come out there and prove himself especially going against a team that shouldn't be anywhere close to the level of what Arkansas can bring to the table. The game did get a little bit competitive for a second, as you mentioned earlier, Rob. But Nick Smith Jr., as soon as he finds his flow, he's going to help this Arkansas team that's already shown that they are a legitimate contender. I think he can put them over the edge of being that Final Four team this year.
You know what really stood out to me is that when he came in, he had when it was still a game, right, about a third of the way through the second half, he had 14 field goal attempts, and nobody else on the Arkansas roster had more than 6. And what Muss loves to do is, I've talked about this on the show ad nauseum, but what he loves to do is find the mismatch that he thinks he can exploit and find the mismatch that he thinks he can win and just attack it over and over again. That's why you see guys like JD Notae get all of those shots, because he thinks that he can win that matchup, right? I specifically remember when it was who was the transfer they had from Kent State? Do you remember him 2 years ago? Their first year when they made it to the Elite Eight. Can't remember what his name is, but it was this Elite Eight game,
like the Northern Kentucky kid, Jalen Tate.
Yeah, Jalen Tate. It was the game against Oral Roberts where he must realize that, like, I got this 6'6" guy. He's being guarded by Max Abmas, and he literally just posted him up on like 9 straight possessions, and that's what changed the game. Like, that's what Muss loves to do. Wow. And that's what he did with Nick Smith tonight. That's what we saw with Anthony Black and Ricky Council and Maui. And now you're looking at a situation where you basically have 3 guys that you can that you're almost always going to be able to win with. Like, I think Anthony Black's going to be a first-round pick, right? Nick Smith is going to probably be a lottery pick, right? Both of those guys are going to be pros. Wherever you want to pick them, they're going to be pros. I think Ricky Council has played his way into the NBA conversation with his athleticism and the shot making. And now you got 3 of those dudes with a guy that knows how to put players that can win one-on-one in matchups to win one-on-one. And throw in the fact that you got Trevon Brazile out there, and then throw in the fact that Jordan Walsh doesn't give a shit about anything as long as he's able to go out there and lock down somebody's best defender, right? Like, that team, I thought it was going to take them time to figure it out. Like, their freshmen are ready.
Yeah.
They are ready. They're here now. I think they're the best team in the SEC. I know.
SEC.
Yeah. T.O. loves Tennessee, Patrick. T.O. loves Tennessee. But I think it's Arkansas, man. Like, they're good, and they're only going to get, like, those freshmen are going to get better. Like, freshmen get better throughout the season. They're good, man. They're tough.
That length, what they showed in Maui, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're better than last year.
When they go out there and they're playing 6'7" Anthony Black, 6'6" Ricky Council, 6'5" Nick Smith, and then, like, take your pick of 6'10" Trevon Brazile, 6'7" and long Jordan Walsh, any of their bigs, right? Like the Mitchells, Jalen Graham, like, come on now. Like, they're going to be able to switch everything because they're so athletic.
You didn't even mention Devo Davis yet. Like, we haven't even talked about him.
I know, right? Isn't that wild?
How many teams do we talk about on this show and say, man, they just don't have a lot of guys who can go really create their own offense, right? Like, Villanova is a team that has not had a guy who could create their own offense. We talked about Wisconsin earlier in the show. For a team like Wisconsin or like Arkansas to have 3 guys who you can just clear out, play like 1-4 low, and just say, go get one, please. That is such a luxury. It was a luxury now when they had 2 of them. And I'm like, yeah, here's the best NBA prospect in college basketball. Let's just lob him in there. See how he.
All right. So we're watching. I'm with you. I think that they're Final Four good. I think that they're national championship good. And I kind of want to see them keep playing. Right. They're going to be one of those teams where if they make a run in March, I'm not going to hate it. Because 1, they're fun to watch. 2, they have athletes all over the floor, so posters are coming. And 3, the Arkansas fans are nuts. So if we can get like a Final Four with
Arkansas fans in
down there,
Houston, come on.
it's gonna be something else, man. It's gonna be something else.